What's up everybody, Brian Tong here, and this is my review of the new Powerbeats Pro 2. And this is a really exciting product because remember, the original Powerbeats came out sometime in 2019. This was their super popular over-the-ear wireless earbud design for working out and being active. So this is the next generation, and there's a lot of exciting tech in here. I think this is arguably one of the favorite products of mine already for 2025. So let's look at this design here. You notice this case. Now, I did a side-by-side comparison. This is a smaller case by 33%. This case itself also has that popping electric orange. You can physically charge this case through USB-C, or also it's wireless charging. This is the first time for the Powerbeats Pro case. Now, if I open it up, you're gonna see here, we're gonna reveal the new Powerbeats Pro 2, and this is an all new design. I'm gonna take out one of these just so we can get a look at it real quick. And when you look at this form factor, the first thing you'll notice is this over-the-ear hook. This is made of a new nickel titanium alloy. It is 50% smaller than the previous ear hook. You look at the overall design of this, 20% lighter for the entire earbud. You have a more streamlined, narrow design where all the technology is inside here. And then if you look here on this back end, so what is this little black dot right there? This is the heart rate sensor. Basically, we know that Apple owns Beats and they've worked in partnership with them. Over the past few years, they've been able to miniaturize essentially the heart rate sensor on the bottom of an Apple Watch to 1/16 the size right here. So now what does that mean? You don't need to wear an Apple Watch while you're doing your fitness exercises with your apps. It's all here, right? I put this loop over my ear and then I twist it, I secure it, and this is all I need. All the technology's here, and it syncs with all the apps that you expect. Things like the Nike Run Club app, Peloton. Also, when you look at everything like this, the technology inside. This is using Apple's H2 chip. And what are the benefits from that? Well, what you get here is all of the benefits of their audio. So we're talking about adaptive EQ. You get transparency mode. You get active noise canceling, the best noise canceling that Beats has ever had thanks to the H2 chip inside. Also, if we're talking about audio, we have to talk about the microphones here. They are new microphones. They're placed in different locations, and also they have like a new wire mesh to cover here. But what ultimately happens is the voice processing and voice isolation on these is significantly better. It even uses the aid if you have an iPhone to help with that processing as well in partnership. But everything from the audio quality to the voice quality is impressive. So I figured you probably want to actually hear what these sound like. So we're gonna do a little comparison here. A point of reference, right? We have the iPhone, I'm gonna do a voice recording there. Then we're obviously gonna get the original Powerbeats Pro, the Powerbeats Pro 2, and the AirPods Pro 2. I've never listened to what these sound samples like, so we're gonna find out in real time. So we're gonna read a sentence and then compare all of these back to back to back. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Okay, so what'd you all think? I think it's pretty clear when you do any type of voice recording or using the mics directly from the iPhone, it's gonna sound the best, the fullest. Clearly the Powerbeats Pro original ones, those are the thinnest, those are the most tinny. Clearly a huge significant upgrade from Powerbeats Pro 2 versus the original Powerbeats Pro, and there should be, I mean, it's almost like a 5-year difference. I think what's really interesting though is it gets really close and neck when we're talking about Powerbeats Pro 2 and AirPods Pro 2. I felt that the AirPods Pro 2 maybe had a little more depth, a little more rounded sound. These were not tinny at all. It just maybe felt like it got a little bit more mids in the AirPods Pro 2, but when we talk about the actual clarity, this might sound a little sharper without those mids being raised up. So I think these two are gonna be pretty neck and neck depending on your preference. But clearly the Powerbeats Pro 2 makes a significant leap from the previous generation. And then when you talk about it, the AirPods Pro 2, very, very close. Is gonna come down to preference, but both these are very, very good. Now, what I found the most impressive about this is we're used to Beats having a really dominant bass and a lot of muddy mids and maybe not so clear highs, but over the years you've seen that Beats has really changed their signature sound to be full with the bass, but really detailed mids, cleaner highs, and I think their sound is significantly better. This is the best that Beats have ever sound from an earbud. We saw what they did with the recent Beats Pill, and I think they've really changed that reputation of, yes, it is, if you listen to hip hop and some of those genres of music that really require bass, you still get that, but it's cleaner. There were even songs where when I put this in my ear on both sides, you could really feel the rumble and the oomph from the bass coming on here. I mean, you even felt a little, it wasn't rattly, but that pulse because of how they designed the acoustics on here. So overall, top to bottom, these are incredible earbuds. Working out with them, I came out here to the CrossCourt gym. This is in downtown LA, just to see how they felt. These are IPX4 water resistant. Basically, it just means that water doesn't get inside of them, so you can get sweaty with them, you can run around with them. I just wanted to put them through the paces, but they stay on ear. I mean, look, I'm gonna shake my head wildly, like back and forth, because they're over the ear hooks, right? They're not gonna budge at all. So people that have always said, oh, AirPods don't work with me, or even something like the Beats Fits Pro, they want something that is a lot more secure. This is the best design that you have and also really brings the best acoustics. Another thing that you really wanna pay attention to here is there are physical tactile buttons on the Powerbeats Pro 2. We're gonna start here where the B is. I can tap it, this is for pause and play. I can also hold it to change between transparency mode and active noise canceling. And then if we rotate here on the top, you'll actually see a volume rocker physical button. Now, why is that? I think that touch controls can be finicky, not as accurate. And when I actually feel the click of moving my volume up and down, it's responsive. I like that. And also remember, these are earbuds that you're gonna be working out in. They're gonna get a little slippery and wet. And so I think that having tactile makes sense for this design. Buttons still matter, and I think they make a big difference here. Now, how else did this heart rate monitor really perform? Well, again, I put these on and I went in my house to jump on the Peloton. You know, the first thing you have to do is you have to pair these earbuds with the Peloton, but once they are, they really treat it just like you had your Apple Watch. It knows, it detects it. So you will need to do this one extra step that I had to on my bike, and you can see here, I'm just about to start a class. You'll see the Powerbeats Pro 2 are connected as wireless earbuds for audio, but heart rate here, it says not connected. So what I'm gonna do is you can do this on either side, do a double tap and hold down on the second tap on the beat, and it says Powerbeats HR connecting. It'll take one more moment and say Powerbeats HR connected. And so that will allow you to then use the Powerbeats Pro 2 with this extra step as your earbuds and your heart rate monitor, and you can see it connect right here. And then you'll see all your stats and all your metrics on screen for your heart rate. There is no longer a need to wear the watch. I pop on the Peloton, I start my workout, it knows I have these on, and the heart rate sensors here is what's talking to the machine and exchanging that data. So this is a very seamless interaction, and I wanted to do it not only in the Peloton, you know, I came out to the basketball gym here, put up some shots, did some warm-ups. They have some really cool skills classes here. And being able to go back into the health app and see how my heart rate changed. I mean, these are running real time and tracking that minute by minute. You can even see this graph that shows how my heart rate changed during the workout. So without you even having to think about it, it's actively recording that data, plugging it into the different apps, and you can see it here. So this is just another great way where this is a seamless interaction. So I decided, hey, let's go out somewhere different, come out to my gym, really in my garage where I work out, and we use the Peloton app. What you could see here is once I launched a workout, it asked me to connect to devices, and it instantly already knew and saw the Powerbeats Pro 2, which is awesome. And then when you start working out, you could see my heart rate was going up and increasing, even just during warm-ups. I've been doing a lot of exercise today, so you could see it kind of elevate. I did some of the floor exercises. It kept on getting higher. I did some lifting weights, and my heart rate kept on going. So this is all tracked real time with the Peloton app. We know that the Nike Run Club app is another one that it instantly connects and talks to, or an app like Ladder to get some really good intense workouts. But here's the bugaboo for me. Okay, so we know that this has a heart rate sensor that was co-developed basically with Apple. But I'm gonna show you something that drives me a little nuts. I'm gonna put both these back in here, and I'm gonna go here to Apple Fitness. You would think, right? Apple Fitness, let's do workouts. Let's check out our heart rates. Apple Fitness Plus, Apple's Fitness Plus platform, all right? Well, whenever I opened any kind of workout and say, let's go, normally you're used to seeing your metrics from your Apple Watch, closing your rings, and your heart rate in real time here. There's even a message here that says, continue without watch. So I'm gonna do that. And my assumption was that, oh, it would instantly detect these and show the heart rate. The answer is no, it doesn't do that. So think about this. Apple partners with Beats, Apple owns Beats, Apple works on the technology, but we know they're a walled garden. They prevent these Powerbeats Pro 2s from working with the Apple Fitness Plus app and even working with any workouts in general, like, you know, how you sometimes you go to your watch and you prompt it and say, oh, let me do a run or an outdoor walk. None of that works. That is all Apple Watch centric. So it reminds you of how when we talk about Apple's walled garden, they're even doing a walled garden within their own farm, all right? We have like the Beats garden and the Apple garden, but they don't mix. And that's a huge disappointment. I hope they fix this. I hope they're listening to this, but The assumption is that these would have worked instantly with Apple Fitness Plus. It would have worked instantly with Apple Workouts. It doesn't. The other thing to mention is that if you're wearing an Apple Watch and you're wearing Powerbeats Pro 2, it will actually prioritize the heart rate sensor from the Apple Watch. So you can see here how, although Apple gave them a lot of the goodies, the H2 chip processor for all the great audio, the voice isolation, better mics, and the 1/16 size heart rate sensor, they still did not give them access to the apps and the platforms that matter the most. And Apple, I don't know what y'all doing, but you better fix that. This is the first Apple or Apple adjacent product that has ever put a heart rate sensor monitor in here. You can see how small it is. Clearly, this has got to be a precursor to maybe some of the rumors of getting a heart rate sensor in the AirPods Pro 3, but the fact is that they are here now. And I thought what's also really very strategic is that this is a different type of earbud. This is not really directly competing with the AirPods Pro. Yes, they're wireless, but look, they have the heart rate sensor here and they're gonna learn a lot of data from that, take those learnings and incorporate it into the AirPods Pro. But it is fascinating that the Powerbeats Pro 2 are the first wireless earbud from Apple that has the heart rate sensor. Now, we've talked a lot about the Apple technology inside of the Powerbeats Pro 2, but just in case you weren't sure, these work on both Apple devices and Android devices. So we have this breakdown for you, and we're gonna start off with one touch pairing that is on both Apple platforms and Android platforms. Then on the Apple side, you have Find My. Well, on the Android side, you have Locate My Beats, which is done through the Beats app. And then on the Apple side, you have iCloud pairing for automatic setup. You have automatic switching between different Apple devices. You have audio sharing when you want to share the audio with different Apple audio products. Then you have hands-free for Hey Siri or Siri. You have ultra low latency, lossless audio if you use these with the Vision Pro, like you can with the AirPods Pro 2. Plus, personalized spatial audio, that's all thanks to that H2 chip. Now, if we jump over to the Android side, you also have product customization, you have different listening mode controls and battery widgets. So yes, there is a longer list on the Apple side, but they didn't leave the Android platform out in the dark. Let's talk about battery life, right? That's what you all want to know. Well, this is really interesting, right? I told you that this is 33% smaller in size, but you get nearly twice as much battery juice compared to the previous generation. So this earbuds together, they have 10 hours of juice when you're using it with just the normal adaptive EQ. You get 3.5 times more charge when you use the case. So that's 45 hours of total juice, which is more than enough. Let's say you're using active noise canceling. These give you 8 hours total, and then you get 36 hours combined if you use it with multiple charges with a case. The other thing is fast charging. They like to call it fast fuel. If you plug these in for 5 minutes, you're gonna get 1.5 hours of juice. So that is more than enough, like on the go. Let's say you forgot to charge them, you put them in the charger, you connect them, and then you have all that juice. That's gonna get you more than through a workout. So that's really nice as well. So what do I think about these? Look, price-wise, they're $249, and that is on par with similar high-end top-tier earbuds. These are really serving a specific audience, right? Someone who is living an active lifestyle, but these are the most technologically advanced, arguably, earbuds that we have ever seen from Apple, but they're Beats, right? They partner with them, they use that technology. I love these. I told you earlier that these are one of the most exciting products of the year. I'm gonna stand by it, and the versatility of them makes them so good. Now, these retail for $249. They're gonna be available for pre-order on February the 11th and then on shelves on February the 13th. But I gotta tell you, exciting tech, heart rate sensor, sleek design, all the H2 capabilities. Remember, adaptive EQ, personalized spatial audio, active noise cancellation, and transparency mode. Great voice isolation, great voice quality, water resistant, made for a workout, clips on your ear, stays on your ear. I can't say more. These are one of the best earbuds already in 2025.